Once upon a time, in a lush green forest, a confident and swift hare named Hare pranced around boasting about his remarkable speed. Hare was known for his lightning-fast sprints and often challenged his fellow forest dwellers to races, always emerging victorious. His overbearing pride earned him many admirers, but also a fair share of enemies. In the same forest, a wise and steady tortoise named Timothy lived. Unlike the hare, Timothy was calm, patient, and content with his slow and steady pace. He observed Hare's antics with amusement, but also a hint of skepticism. One day, tired of Hare's endless bragging, Timothy decided to teach him a lesson. Word of Timothy's intentions reached Hare's ears, and he laughed heartily. "A race with that slowpoke? It'll be over before it even begins," he exclaimed, his voice filled with arrogance. The other animals in the forest watched with curiosity as the tortoise and hare prepared for their grand race. On the day of the race, an excited crowd gathered at the starting line. The hare, his chest puffed out, took his place alongside the tortoise. The race official raised the flag, and with a loud cheer, the race began. As expected, the hare dashed off in a blur, disappearing from sight within seconds. The crowd marveled at his incredible speed, but they couldn't help but worry for Timothy, who hadn't even taken his first step. Yet, the tortoise remained calm, his gaze focused on the path ahead. While the hare sprinted through the forest, he grew overconfident in his abilities. "There's no way that tortoise can catch up," he thought, and decided to take a quick nap under a shady tree. His eyelids grew heavy, and soon he was fast asleep. Meanwhile, Timothy continued plodding along, steadily making progress. He passed each tree, each rock, and each meadow with a measured determination. The forest creatures, watching from the sidelines, were amazed by his perseverance. They cheered him on, believing that he had a chance. After what felt like an eternity, the hare awoke from his slumber. Panicking, he realized that he had wasted precious time. He sprinted back onto the track. But by now, Timothy was far ahead, nearing the finish line. As Timothy approached the final stretch, he heard a rustling sound behind him. The hare was back, sprinting at top speed, trying desperately to catch up. The crowd gasped in astonishment, torn between rooting for the underdog tortoise and the repentant hare. With the finish line in sight, Timothy summoned his last reserves of energy. Determined not to let victory slip away, he pushed forward, one slow step at a time, inching closer to his goal. The hare, realizing that time was running out, put on a final burst of speed, his paws pounding against the forest floor. In a climactic moment, as Timothy reached the finish line, the hare was mere inches behind him. The crowd erupted into applause, celebrating the incredible feat they had just witnessed. The tortoise had accomplished the impossible, defeating the arrogant hare. As the cheering subsided, Hare approached Timothy with humility in his eyes. "You have shown me the power of perseverance and determination," he admitted, his voice filled with respect. "I will never underestimate anyone again." From that day forward, Harry became a changed hare. He learned the importance of humility and acknowledged that true success comes not just from talent, but also from patience and resilience. And so, in the forest, the tale of the tortoise and the hare became a timeless story of overcoming odds, reminding all who heard it that sometimes the race is not always won by the swift, but by those who refuse to give up.